everyone, I'm Alex and I'm the hands behind Lovecraft Crochet. My plushies are for the anxious, depressed, autistic, and neurodivergent. Small enough to travel in a purse, backpack, diaper bag, or even your pocket. You can check out my Facebook page or TikTok to see what patterns are available and stay tuned for the new ones coming out. I also make hats, scarves, blankets, and dice bags for the tabletop gamer or dice goblin in your life. Feel free to order through the page, TikTok DMs, or via email at love.craft.crochet@gmail.com. Now, on to the segment.
Hi, I'm Hannah.
And I'm Jess. We're the hosts of the Wicked Wanderings podcast.
Join us every Wednesday as we explore the mysteries of true crime,
the paranormal,
and all things creepy.
We'll take you on a journey through well-known cases
and stories off the beaten path that are sure to leave an impression.
So stay curious,
keep exploring, and always remember to keep on wandering.
Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Due to the graphic and disturbing nature of the crimes discussed, listener discretion is advised. Retrostatic Radio presents Killing 15 Minutes.
Hello and welcome to Killing 15 Minutes, where you get your true crime fix in 15 minutes or less, or your podcast is free. I'm your writer, Sam Rossi, and shortly I'll be handing over a rough draft of a script to my brother, AJ, who hasn't read it, who's most likely has no idea what we're talking about. This should be fun. Good luck, bro.
Thanks, Sam. The I-70 Strangler is the name of the unidentified serial killer who murdered at least 12 boys and men in the Midwestern United States between 1980 and 1991. I don't know why I'm doing that voice.
I like it.
All victims were discovered in areas alongside Interstate 70. That would explain the name. The killer would find young boys and adolescents whom he met at gay bars within a 4-block radius in Indianapolis, Indiana. All of the victims were later found partially dressed or nude near I-70 after dumped in streams, rivers, or ditches in the rural countryside. Each were strangled to death. Victims ranged from 14 to 48 years of age. A task force was started by Indianapolis police in 1982 with 8 officers investigating. After the recovery of Michael Riley's body from a ditch in 1983, 4 more men were added to the list of potential victims. Gary Davis, Dennis Brodsky, John Roach, and Daniel McNive. McNive? Like the other victims, they were homosexual, visiting gay bars, and were killed in Indianapolis between August 81 and May of 83. In 1983, the FBI joined the investigation. Profilers suggested the offender showed volatile behavior while committing the murders. Near to the end of the killings, it was determined that 2 serial killers were operating at the same time. The previous 4 were removed from the list. You left from the... I'm
sorry.
I'm like, okay, did I turn the page early? No.
Yo, I lost the train of thought when I flipped the page.
They also capitalized list. I'm not sure. It's just weird, man. According to the FBI, the 4th killer was a white man between the ages of 20 and 30, worked in a job requiring low-skilled labor, was a fan of military paraphernalia, and led a healthy lifestyle. In his everyday life, he expressed homophobic views, but was secretly a latent homosexual who committed the killings out of shame and self-hatred. I don't like saying homosexual in my announcery voice.
It sounds
just
weird.
Because it sounds like I'm making a right-wing propaganda piece.
It does.
Lock your doors, the homosexuals are coming. As opposed to me saying it in my normal voice. Lock your doors, the gays is coming. Whereas according to the same profilers, the other victims were killed by a white male, about 45, likely overweight, had a high-paying job, and was respected in his community. They concluded that the murderer might be married, but has no intimate relationship with his wife. Possibly due to his attraction to adolescent boys and young men, he feels shame and guilt that on top of losing everything, would result in a deep hatred and subsequent murder. One of the first suspects was 47-year-old Duncan Patterson, a Florida native. Is the I-70 in Florida?
No, it's in Illinois, Indiana, there.
Yeah, we were in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Yeah.
In the fall of '82, Patterson was arrested in Indianapolis for statutory rape charges against young boys. After his arrest, the friend of Devoid Baker claimed that Baker had gotten into Patterson's van. Later, Patterson admitted to paying $20 for oral sex, which happened in a hotel room. He denied killing the 14-year-old boy, however. He did claim he had taken Baker to the Indianapolis Central Library and let the boy go. His testimony included that the boy then entered another van, which was corroborated by a witness who did see Baker leave in a van, go up the steps to talk to a man, seeming like he knew him. Then got into the other older man's car. Patterson was asked to take a polygraph test. He agreed, and he passed. He was convicted on child molestation, and he was officially excluded as a suspect. I still think that story sounds like, if there wasn't the witness, that is the sussiest sus boy story.
It really is, and
yes,
he admits to being a child.
You're going to admit to. Let me rephrase that statement. Well, no, I'm not rephrasing it. You're going to admit to the lesser crime. Everyone always does it.
Right, but they're not going to,
But it's like I went for a walk for the Trudeau murders.
Yep. Where
it's like, okay, at what point do we believe, what point is your story stupid? Okay, so I paid him for oral, which, $20, I'm assuming that has to be an 80s price, right?
I would assume so.
Because inflation has to keep up with it, right?
I believe so.
Although I know that, what the hell's, Charlize Theron from Monster?
Yeah.
Aileen
Wuornos.
Thank you. Are we ever going to cover her?
Yes, probably at some point. I gotta remember when she is. If she's after 2000 during her killing spree.
Oh, I would still do her. No, I would still think that we should do her case because it is a very interesting on a discussion level.
Okay.
Because she has flip-flopped between it was self-defense, he was trying to rape me, with like 4 other murders attached.
Yep.
To yeah, I did it. I'll do it again. Whereas with this, anyways, that was what was I saying? It's a story. If there wasn't a witness, I would fucking put him in the damn chair.
Yes, I would totally.
I'm using hyperbole, but it's one of those things where it's like, yes, I paid him for oral, and then I let him go to the library, and then I saw him get into another van. Yeah, that sounds right. No one's gonna believe that story. But then again, taking a polygraph is also still it's not inadmissible evidence now, and it is kind of bunk with not how easy it is to fool,
but how easy it is to fail.
How easy it is to fail, or how easy it is to pass. If it's primarily off of blood pressure, and heart rate.
Yeah.
So it's very easy. If you're a psychopath who's killed 57 people, your mindset is not going to be like, oh, I just did a crime of passion. Oh my God, they're going to catch me. So my heart's going to beat faster. At 57 murders, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At a serial killer mindset level, it's going to be, no, why would I do that? Your skin is pretty. What's creepier is that his heart didn't change pace. In 1983, a resident of Carmel, Indiana, August Cato, was briefly interrogated on the murders, but was quickly removed as a suspect. A more viable suspect, however, was convicted serial killer Larry Eyler. Was he the one that we covered earlier?
No.
Okay. He's coming up, though.
Yes.
Eyler was found guilty of murdering 21 adolescent boys and young men in Indiana and Illinois. Eyler was on death row for the murder of Daniel Bridges in 1986. There are major inconsistencies, though, between the MOS, that would be the modus operandi, like Eyler killed with a knife over a year, and unlike the I-70 Strangler, who strangled, and over an 11-year period. He would die from AIDS in 1994, however. In February of 1998, an Indianapolis resident called the police and claimed that local businessman, Herb Baumeister, he's the guy we talked about before, and that's the one that Mommy transcribed that I could barely read.
Yeah, that ended up being the episode that she ended up listening to the other day.
Of course it is! Local businessman Herb Baumeister was the mysterious man photographed leaving the Vogue Theater with an I-70 victim, Michael Riley. As you know, he committed suicide in 1996. And if you don't know, now you know, Mr. President. Sorry. But if you don't know, go listen to that episode. It was only a few episodes ago, really.
Yeah,
In the grand scheme of things.
He started season 3. So that would be, by the time this airs, 11 to 12 episodes ago.
Okay, so he's actually the start of season... Did you actually write him down as season 1, season 2, season 3 when we post them?
Yes.
Even though we don't have any breaks in between them?
Yes.
Are you insane?
Yes.
That means we did... Over the last year of doing this, we were on season 3.
No. Season 1 is Notebook 1. Season 2 is Notebook 2. Season 3 is Notebook 3. Season 4 is Notebook 4.
And season 5 is actually Notebook 6 because Sam wants to screw with me.
I just try.
Anyways, as you know, he committed suicide in 1996 and was the suspect in the murder of at least 7 men. According to investigators, after buying his farm, he stopped dumping bodies where they could be found. And that's actually a very good point to make, is that also around that time, when he bought his farm, the I-70 strangling just stopped.
Just stopped.
However, we know that Baumeister did murder more people afterwards.
Correct.
You know, because he was the one that his son told the police, yeah, that's, so-and-so. His body's over there.
No.
Or like some shit, like...
He had, they had found a skeleton in the flower bed in the backyard, and he said it was his father's anatomy skeleton or some shit like that he had buried in the backyard after moving it out of the garage. Things I remember.
So, I actually always liked the theory of once... By the way, this is take 2 because my wonderful editor, Sissy...
I accidentally deleted it.
So we got into a lot more discussion on it, there. But I actually like Larry. I like the idea because so many... It's sort of like... Also, I kind of glazed over it that there were 2 serial killers running perpendicular to each other.
Right.
Because I think we brought it up before, and possibly in the Larry
Yes.
episode even.
With Edmund Kemper and Herbert Mullins.
Right. They were active around the same time in the same
They were
time.
active in the same time at the same area. They confused kills between the 2.
Did they confuse each other? Like, did they ever go, oh man, I thought that one was mine. No,
I don't
fair.
know if Eddie and
Eddie and Herb. Herb and Ed in the morning.
Eddie and Herbie.
Because they actually were cellmates, weren't they?
No, they were in the same.
Or they were in the same hospital.
In the same
ward. But anyways, I always liked Larry on this, Baumeister.
Yeah.
Because it aligns. He has the same MO. Because if I remember rightly, he's from what they could tell from the bodies, he strangled them.
Yes.
Although he also never technically confessed.
No, he killed himself instead.
He went up to Canada to kill himself.
Yep.
Which is one way to do it. But of course, didn't he try killing himself a couple times before that?
Not to my knowledge. I think he went into the hospital because he had issues.
So, final thought.
He's interesting.
There's a small problem when it always comes to, like, interstate killers. Because, especially when it's, like, something like Indianapolis or...
Major hubs.
Around major... Like, the Rochester, the ABC, the Alphabet Killer.
Yeah.
Okay? A big issue there is that you have such a large population. Even if you think Indiana's not... I don't think it's in the top 10 of most populated cities. You still have, 200,000 people, 500,000 people, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you have a large number of people.
And then you add an interstate to it. It's like, now it doesn't matter. Because, we don't go over 70. I think it's 76 we take. However, by the way,
we end up on 270.
I don't like doing this show because of all the times you want us to stop at rest stops to go potty. Okay?
Yeah, I think about that
But
every
it's
time.
never... here's the thing. The people who get killed at rest stops and along interstates, they're rarely women. They're usually dumped there, but they're usually found elsewhere, okay? I'd be the one in the mail's room being butchered by the micro-penis murderer. He has a micro-penis and murders. He does not murder people with micro-penises. I would like to state that before I get killed. Now. Okay? And then you're going to come sauntering out of the bathroom, get to the truck and be like, huh, where's Perry? I'm dead.
We wait for each other for a reason.
I know. And usually, if I'm the first one out, I usually stand close to the women's room, which I get might creep people out. I'm not like looming over the door.
No, but you do. I could see where people.
In case of a scream or, some form of sign of there's something wrong. It's a buddy system. You are my exit buddy.
This is true.
And with all of that, I'm AJ Carey.
And I'm Sam Rossi. Later, y'all.
Killing 15 Minutes is hosted by Arthur Carey, with scripts written and researched by Sam Rossi. If you like this episode or want to stay updated on this series, consider following Killing 15 Minutes on Patreon or Retrostatic Radio on all major social media platforms. Good night and God bless.
You're watching Retrostatic Radio.
Wheel of Random is turn, turn, turn. Tell us the 15 minutes we shall learn.
I'm Sam Rossi, writer and co-host of Randomly 15 Minutes, where the Wheel of Randomness gives me the topic and I write about it.
I'm Megan Klodnicki, and I'm the host of Randomly 15 Minutes. I cold read what Sam writes and learn in real time about a random topic.
You can find us on all major podcast platforms and YouTube.
Follow us on Facebook at Randomly 15 Minutes to get more random facts.